What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, February 7th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Ryan Reynolds shared a new poster for Deadpool 2 Tuesday on Twitter that references the hit 1983 film Flashdance. The poster recreates the famous water scene from Flashdance when star Jennifer Beals had water splash on top of her while sitting on a chair. Reynolds is seen in the image as Deadpool also using a chair, but instead has bullets showering over him. The actor said, "Take your passion and make it happen, #Deadpool," a reference to the tagline used for Flashdance. The poster also features Deadpool 2's new release date of May 18th. The superhero sequel was recently moved up to 2 weeks to May after it was originally slated to debut June 1st. Reynolds released a Thanksgiving-themed poster for the film in November featuring Deadpool, Josh Brolin's Cable, and the rest of the film's cast, including Domino, played by Zazie Beetz, Weasel, played by TJ Miller, X-Men members Colossus, played by Stefan Kapanik, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, played by Brianna Hildebrand, Blind Al, played by Leslie Uggams, Vanessa, played by Miranda Baccarin, and Dopinder, the taxi driver, played by Karen Sony. The first trailer for Deadpool 2 from director David Leitch features Reynolds channeling Bob Ross as he puts together a few detailed paintings. David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, co-creators of the HBO fantasy drama Game of Thrones, have been tapped to write and produce a new series of Star Wars movies, Lucasfilms announced Tuesday. Benioff and Weiss said in a joint statement, "In the summer of 1977, we traveled to a galaxy far, far away, and we've been dreaming of it ever since. We're honored by the opportunity, a little terrified by the responsibility, and so excited to get started as soon as the final season of Game of Thrones is completed." Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilms, added, "David and Dan are some of the best storytellers working today. Their command of complex characters, depth of story, and richness of mythology will break new ground and boldly push Star Wars in ways I find incredibly exciting." The Benioff-Weiss films will be separated from the flagship 9-movie Skywalker sagas and the recently announced trilogy Rian Johnson, director of Star Wars The Last Jedi, is developing. No casting, debut dates, or storylines have been announced yet for the Benioff-Weiss episodes. Solo, a Star Wars story, helmed by Ron Howard, is due in theaters May 25th. The 8th and final season of Game of Thrones is scheduled to premiere in 2019. Writer and director Edward Norton has begun principal photography in New York City on the noir thriller Motherless Brooklyn. Norton stars in the 1950s set film with Bruce Willis, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Willem Dafoe, Alec Baldwin, Cherry Jones, Ethan Suplee, Leslie Mann, John Pius, Fisher Stevens, Michael K. Williams, and Robert Wisdom. The movie was inspired by Jonathan Lethem's novel by the same name. Warner Brothers Pictures synopsis reads, Motherless Brooklyn follows Lionel Sisgro, a lonely private detective afflicted with Tourette's syndrome, as he ventures to solve the murder of his mentor and only friend, Frank Mina. It also states, armed only with a few clues and the powerful engine of his obsessive mind, Lionel unravels closely guarded secrets that holds the fate of the whole city in the balance. In a mystery that carries him from the gin-soaked jazz clubs in Harlem to the hard-edged slums of Brooklyn and finally into the glide halls of New York's power brokers, Lionel contends with thugs, corruption, and the most dangerous man in the city to honor his friend and save the woman who might be his own salvation. A 2.5-minute trailer for director Dean Devlin's new thriller Bad Samaritan was released online Tuesday. The preview shows Doctor Who and Jessica Jones alum David Tennant as a wealthy man whose house is robbed by one of the two parking valets, Robert Sheeran and Carlito Oliverio, at the restaurant where he is having dinner. Once inside the man's mansion, the would-be thieves get more than he bargains for when he discovers a girl imprisoned there. The message accompanying the clip on Facebook says, "One bad night, one bad decision can haunt you forever." Watch the trailer for #Bad Samaritan, starring David Tennant and Robert Sheehan, in theaters March 30th, 2018. Production is underway in Toronto for Shazam, the origin story starring Zachary Levi as the titular superhero. A news release from New Line Cinema noted, "We all have a superhero inside us. It just takes a bit of magic to bring it out." The synopsis also reads, in Billy Batson's case, by shouting out one word, Shazam, the streetwise 14-year-old foster kid can turn into the adult superhero Shazam, courtesy of an ancient wizard. Still a kid at heart, inside a ripped godlike body, Shazam reveals in this adult version of himself by doing what any team would do with superheroes, have fun with them. Can he fly? Does he have X-ray vision? Can he shoot lightning out of his hands? Can he skip his social studies test? Shazam sets out to test the limits of his abilities with the joyful recklessness of a child, but he'll need to master these powers quickly in order to fight the deadly forces of evil controlled by Dr. Thaddeus Sylvania. David F. Sandberg, whose credits include Annabelle Creation and Lights Out, is directing the Philadelphia set movie, which co-stars Asher Angel as Billy, Jack Dylan Grazer as Billy's best friend Freddie, and Mark Strong as Savannah. Shazam is set for release on April 5th, 2019. Once Upon a Time co-creator Adam Horowitz says Tuesday his fairy tale drama is ending with the 7th season. He tweeted along with the longer statement, "Thank you all for 7 amazing years of #Once Upon a Time. 7 years ago we set out to create a show about hope, where even in the darkest of times a happy ending would always be possible. We never imagined the happy ending that was actually in store for all of us. Years and years of adventure, romance, magic, and hope. We're so grateful to our brilliant collaborators, the cast, crew, and writers, as well as our partners at the studio network for making this journey possible. But most of all, we want to thank the fans. The fierce loyalty and devotion was the real magic behind Once Upon a Time. We hope they join us for these last few hours as we journey to the enchanted forest for one more adventure." Variety reported the show will return for the second half of its 7th and last season on ABC on March 2nd. This season stars Andrew J. West, Diana Ramirez, Gabrielle Anwar, Allison Fernandez, and Mika Cox. By the time of its finale, more than 150 episodes of Once Upon a Time will have aired. Model and reality television personality Kylie Jenner revealed on Instagram on Tuesday the name of her newborn daughter. Stormi, Jenner wrote in a post, adding an angel emoji. The message accompanied a photo of the baby girl grasping her mom's manicured hands. The infant is wearing a pink outfit and part of her face can be seen. Jenner announced Sunday that she and her boyfriend, rapper Travis Scott, welcomed their first child Thursday after months of secrecy about her pregnancy. Jamie Dornan says he's getting too old for the 50 Shades films. The 35-year-old British actor confirmed on Monday's episode of Lorraine that the third 50 Shades movie, 50 Shades Freed, will mark his final appearance as Christian Grey. The film co-stars Dakota Johnson, who plays Anastasia Steele. Dornan told host Lorraine Kelly, "Dakota and I are, particularly me, I'm getting too old for this. The 50 Shades movies, 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker, and 50 Shades Freed are based on the E.L. James erotic book trilogy. James also wrote 2 novels from Christian's perspective that have yet to be adapted." Dornan said of The Prospect, "Erica wrote the first 2 books again from Christian's perspective, but I guess we've already sort of done those films, the same story, so they won't do that again." 50 Shades Freed opens in theaters Friday. Dornan said in an interview with the Ellen DeGeneres show in January that the film will have a different feel than 50 Shades of Grey and 50 Shades Darker. The actor said, "Obviously there's still sex in it. There's people who want to see sex, it seems, so we keep a fair amount in the film, but there's definitely a thriller aspect to this one." He shares there's really funny car chases and someone gets kidnapped. There's a lot of happening this time. Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio teamed up to help raise money for 28-year-old mother Jemima Natal to receive special cancer treatment in Germany. The actress discussed how she learned of Natal's battle with ovarian cancer and how she was inspired to help due to her mother's dying from the same disease Monday on British talk show This Morning, which featured Natal as a guest. Winslet said, and explained how a clinic in Germany could treat ovarian cancer with immunotherapy, which isn't available in the United Kingdom. "I lost my own mother last year in May to ovarian cancer, and when we as a family were given a very poor prognosis for my mom after a 4-year battle, a really unbelievable fight, we decided to look elsewhere, and we stumbled across those places in Germany." Winslet raised funds for Natal as the immunotherapy treatments can cost up to $98,000. Winslet said of getting her Titanic co-star to raise more money, "It was just amazing. We got close to £200,000, and at that point I thought, right, it's time to call my friend Leo." And she explained, I phoned Leo and I said, do you think we could do a charity dinner or something? And he said, let's go one better. Come with me to St. Tropez to my big fundraiser for the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, which is back in July, and we will auction off a dinner with Jack and Rose. The three dinners, which reference Winslet and DiCaprio's characters on Titanic, helped raise $1.35 million. The money was split between the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation treatment for Natal and for a new foundation that helps cancer patients. Natal said to Winslet, I just want to say thank you so much for all your hard work and for me being able to have my treatment that I really did need. You saved my life and I just wanted you to know that. Natal was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, but she was pregnant but refused treatment because she would have been forced to terminate her pregnancy. Her daughter Penelope is now 3 years old. Natal's GoFundMe page is still accepting donations with a special message from Winslet that asks for more help so that the mother can contribute receiving treatment. Winslet says on the page in a written statement, Gemma needs further urgent specialist cancer treatment in Germany. Without it, she will die. I have been in communication with Gemma and her lovely mother, Helen, for a while, and we are so thrilled that we are able to send Gemma off to the Holloway for her first round of treatment. I will continue to assist with her costs, so we do still badly need your donations. Former Bachelor contestant Corinne Olympios posted on Instagram a throwback photo of herself and Nick Viall nearly a year after she was sent home on the reality series. The uncaptioned image features Olympios hugging Viall with the couple smiling. The photo posted Monday was taken during Olympios' hometown date with Viall during season 21 of The Bachelor. Olympios finished in 4th place on The Bachelor. Viall instead proposed to Vanessa Grimaldi. Viall and Grimaldi then split in August, 5 months after the season 21 finale aired. Olympios told Entertainment Tonight that she is not open to dating Viall again. She said, I don't think I would ever date Nick again. I would just be open to going to coffee with him and talking to him. I'm cool with him. New mom Cameran Eubanks posted a photo with her daughter Sunday after being criticized for quitting breastfeeding. The 33-year-old television personality shared a picture with daughter Palmer Corinne on Instagram after choosing to stop breastfeeding at 3 months. The picture showed Eubanks strike a sassy pose in a bathrobe as Palmer sits strapped in a carrier on her chest. Southern Charm star welcomed her daughter with husband Jason Wimberly in November. She captioned the snapshot, OOTD, hashtag like to know it, hashtag slay, hashtag I'm ready for you, Jason. Eubanks came under fire last week after announcing in a lengthy Instagram post that she's done breastfeeding. The star said in a note dated January 31st, today marks the day I am done with breastfeeding. Gave it a good almost 3 months and I'm retiring the boobs. Writing this in hopes it will make other mothers feel less alone. She added, I'm quitting because I'm just plain over it by choice. I know I will get lectured and judged by this, but it doesn't bother me. I need some freedom back for my sanity, and the bottle and formula will allow that. You are not a bad mother if you don't like breastfeeding. People report Eubanks was criticized in several since deleted comments, although others voiced their support for the star. One person wrote, you go girl, put those sanctimommies and lactatives in their place, you do you. Eubanks came to fame on the MTV series Real World San Diego and later competed on The Challenge. She starred on Southern Charm, which was renewed for a 4th season on Bravo in February 2017. Japan's Princess Mako is postponing her wedding due to, quote, lack of preparation. The 26-year-old Japanese royal will delay her marriage to Kyakumuro until at least 2020, according to CNN. Princess Mako said in the statement, I wish to think about marriage more deeply and concretely and give sufficient time to prepare our marriage and for after the marriage. She added, we feel extremely sorry for causing great trouble and further burden to those who have willing supportless. Princess Mako and Komoro were to become formally engaged in March before marrying November 4th. The Imperial Household Agency confirmed the couple still intend to tie the knot. Agency officials Takakuro Kaju said, according to the Japan Times, the intention of the two to get married hasn't changed at all. Princess Mako and Komoro first met at the International Christian University in 2012 and announced their intent to marry in November. Princess Mako, the eldest granddaughter of Emperor Akihito, will leave the imperial family to wed Komoro. Japanese imperial law dictates a princess must give up her royal status upon marriage to a commoner. Komoro, who once starred as the Prince of the Sea in a tourist campaign, works as a legal assistant. Lynn Spears was feeling grateful on the one-year anniversary of her daughter's ATV incident. The 26-year-old singer and actress reflected on daughter Maddie's miracle recovery in an Instagram post Monday after the 9-year-old nearly drowned in February 2017. Spears captioned a throwback photo of herself visiting Maddie at her hospital bed. 1-year miracle anniversary. She added, "Thank you all for your prayers during that time, and thank you God for my beautiful family." Maddie was hospitalized in February 2017 after driving her ATV into a pond while trying to avoid a ditch. Spears thanked her daughter's doctors in a post December, calling the incident, quote, "the hardest milestone her family has faced." The star wrote, "The hardest milestone me and my family have ever faced was almost losing our beautiful Maddie. But thanks to God and the two angels in this picture, we were able to celebrate Maddie turning 9 years old altogether." She added, "This milestone became a true miracle, and we are forever grateful for that." Spears, the younger sister of singer Britney Spears, shared Maddie with husband Jamie Watson. The star announced in December that she's pregnant with her second child, writing, "Maddie's finally going to be a big sister." The Dancing with the Stars tour bus was involved in a multi-car crash Monday in Ames, Iowa, which led to the cancellation of a live show. The tour bus was en route to Ames, where the Dancing with the Stars live Light It Up the Night tour was set to resume when it crashed along with 70 other vehicles on the snow-covered freeway. One person died in the accident, Iowa State Patrol told KCCI, while 5 others critically injured. Performers and crew members of the tour are recovering from minor injuries. The statement on the Dancing with the Stars live Instagram account says, "Given the unforeseen accident and the fact that the safety and health of our cast and crew is of utmost importance, tonight's show at Stevens Auditorium in Ames has been canceled." It also says to anyone involved in the accident, the entire cast sends their best wishes for a speedy recovery and their deepest apologies to all of the fans who have been waiting to see the show tonight. Information regarding the rescheduling and for refunds will be available soon. Dancing with the Stars Season 25 winner Jordan Fisher, who is a part of the tour, also commented on the crash on Twitter, stating, thanking God for the safety of our crew. Thank you for the prayers and well wishes. Jack Osbourne and his wife have welcomed a third daughter to their little girl squad. The 32-year-old television personality shared a first photo of daughter Minnie Theodora on Monday after wife Lisa Osbourne had given birth to infant February 3rd. He captioned the picture, "Hey everyone, meet Minnie. She's the newest member of my girls only squad and stole the I from Inch. Hashtag girls rule, hashtag players curse, hashtag happy daddy, hashtag hatchling." Lisa posted the same photo on her account saying Minnie will be the final member of their family of 5. She wrote, "The final member of my little girl squad. Everyone meet the angelic Miss Minnie." Osbourne and Lisa are already parents to 5-year-old Pearl and 2-year-old Andy Rose. The couple announced in August that they were expecting again, with Osbourne later expressing his excitement to Hello. The television personality told the magazine, "The kids are excited and we're excited. Lisa's going through the full nesting right now, so the house is getting fully decorated." He said of his daughters, "They're so cute. They like to cuddle. Boys just want to hit stuff with hammers." Osbourne is the son of Black Sabbath frontman Ozzy Osbourne and the talk host Sheeran Osbourne. He and his dad star on the History Channel series Ozzy and Jack's World Detour. Ed Sheeran has added 8 more shows to his upcoming North American Stadium tour in support of his 3rd studio album, Divide. The tour, which begins August 18th at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena, California, will make additional stops in San Francisco's AT&T Park, Detroit's Ford Field, Pittsburgh's PNC Park, Chicago's Soldier Field, Nashville's Nissan Stadium, and Milwaukee's Miller Park. Second performances have been added to the Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, and the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The tour wraps up November 11th at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Tickets for the new dates go on sale February 16th. Registrations to purchase pre-sale tickets is open until February 8th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pre-sale tickets will then be on sale for those who register from February 12th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until February 15th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sheeran was recently named Spotify's most streamed artist for 2017 and got engaged to his longtime girlfriend, Cherry Seaborn. Willie Nelson has canceled all 8 of his scheduled February tour dates to recover from the flu, his publicist announced. Nelson was scheduled to perform in 6 locations across Florida at the Macon Centerplex Coliseum in Macon, Georgia, and at the IP Casino Resort and Hotel in Biloxi, Mississippi. The country icon's publicist said in a statement, Willie Nelson has canceled his February tour dates as he requires a few extra weeks to recover completely from the flu. He is up and about and looks as healthy as ever, but his doctors have determined that his voice needs more time to recuperate to give the performances you all love seeing. Willie will resume the tour in early March. Nelson said, I will see you all down the road. His next tour date is scheduled for March 5th in Greenville, South Carolina. Nelson previously ended a show early in August in Salt Lake City due to breathing problems that he later blamed on the high altitude. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1964, the Beatles arrived on American shores. On the plane, I felt New York, Ringo Starr said many years later. It was like an octopus. I could feel like tentacles coming up to the plane. It was so exciting. From the better part of a year leading up to their arrival in America on this date in 1964, the Beatles had just been adjusting to the hysteria that seemed to greet them wherever they went. They had grown somewhat accustomed to the screaming hordes of teenage fans and the omnipresent pack of photographers, cameramen, and reporters. They have conquered Sweden, France, Germany, and their native England. Yet the Beatles were nervous about the prospects of finally visiting the United States, a country that had seemed to react indifferently to the initial small label releases of singles like Please Please Me and She Loves You almost a year earlier. John Lennon recalled, I know on the plane over, I was thinking, oh, we won't make it. But that was that side of me. We knew we would wipe them out if we could just get a grip. Getting a grip would be difficult given the reception that awaited them on the ground of New York. Ringo Starr later recalled, we got off the plane and we were used to 10, 12,000 people. It must have been 4 billion people out there. I mean, it was just crazy. The Beatles were loose, poised, and funny at the airport news conference amid the bedlam of shouting questions and screaming fans. But on the ride into Manhattan, Ringo says they were as giddy as some of the fans who surrounded their limo as it approached the Plaza Hotel. He says it was madness. They were all outside, and there were barriers and horses and cops all over the place. With the 4 of us sitting in the car giggling, I'll speak for everyone, we couldn't believe it. I mean, I'm looking out the window saying, what's going on? Look at this. Can you believe this? This is amazing. Nowadays, scenes like those that greet the Beatles in America in February 1964 could be manufactured by any competent publicist with a client who is willing to foot the bill. It would be impossible, though, to manufacture the emotional impact of Beatlemania, both on the Beatles themselves and on America. John, Paul, George, and Ringo had developed an airtight act both on stage and off, but they were still 4 working-class lads from northern England, now being hailed as conquering heroes in the country whose music has inspired them to become musicians in the first place. And America, not just its teenagers, but the entire country, was still looking for a reason to emerge from the shadow of the Kennedy assassination barely 2 months earlier. New York found its reason on this date in 1964, and the rest of America followed just 2 days later when the Beatles made their television debut on The Ed Sullivan Show. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, February 7th, 2018. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.